Hare Krishna.
Oh. This is yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Living in Vraj session. We are very excited for the program. We were having a few times of scouting into the place before starting, and we had actually wonderful experience. It's very enlivening also for us to prepare those programs. Maybe if I could just ask Divya Kishori if the sound of the flute and the voice is doing all right like this, or if the flute too loud, or could you please just let us know for the background music, how is it?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, I cannot hear. Abhi, till now I cannot.
Okay, so let me increase a little bit.
I am not able to hear, Prabhuji.
Okay, still not, huh? Okay. Yeah. Aha, no, but maybe it, I know why, Divya Kishori, it will work only when I share the screen. As long as I don't share the screen, there will be no. So we will make the test now when we share the screen. And anyway, we can immediately start with the screen sharing. Okay. And you hear the sounds now, Divya Kishori?
Yes, we can hear, Prabhuji.
And how is it with our voice? Is it going all right?
Prabhuji, you can, 1 point can be lowered.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Good?
Yes.
Okay, good. So welcome again, everyone. That's the real starting of today. We will go to Candra, Sarovara and Paita, which are actually two places that are very much connected to each other. Candra Sarovar is located in a village called Parasoli. And this is a village where Parashara Muni was doing tapasya, and Parasholi came from the name of Parashara Muni. And it is also said that in the past, actually, the Yamuna was flowing close to this place, long ago. So today we will see, because those two places are very much connected to each other, we will start in Sarovar, and then we will go to Paita. And because there is a little bit too much nectar, we decided to make it in two parts. So we'll have the part 1 today and the part 2 the next time. Candra Sarovar is a place where there was a big Vasarila dance place, and that was during.
Hare Krishna.
Yes?
Prabhuji, your network is not stable, I feel.
What is not stable?
Network, internet network.
Yeah, there I don't think we can do much for that. I think we have the best option. Everything is charged, everything is.
Prabhuji, should we switch off the videos? Maybe the bandwidth increases.
Okay, that could be good if everyone would like to switch off the videos.
And also if you can lower down 1 point, because the voice breaks in between. So maybe I'm not able to check whether it's the network only or the flute sound is fine. So a bit. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Do you mean that I should put the sound also lower?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Because when Mataji will speak, she's even soft. So then we'll not be able to.
Okay. Just a short, quick, is it the same for everyone? Shri Hari Govinda, for example, are you also having difficulty with our voice breaking?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Last time it was difficult, yes.
Okay.
Prabhuji, for me, actually, it's okay.
Okay. Anyway, we'll pray to Giriraj, and he will increase the internet so that we can go through fully. I just put a little bit more sound. Okay. Yeah, it's there. Okay. So we will start like we usually do. We will offer our obeisances. We are here on the side of Chandra Sarovar. Touch carefully the picture. And then you can observe your Dandavat in this place and feel the touch of the dust of Vrindavan on your body and your forehead. And recite the Pranam mantra to your spiritual master or Srila Prabhupada. Now we can pray that we will be allowed to enter the spiritual realm Sri Vrindavan Dham today. Okay. We will go forward now with the principle of pilgrimage. And for this session, we have decided that the principle is that we should tune in the mood of the Holy Dham. It's something that His Holiness Shivaram Maharaj is mentioning in his book Navavraj Mahima. Maharaj explained that each places of the Holy Dham has a prominent mood, and devotees who visit those places, they adjust their own mood of the place so that they can be in harmony with the place. And we will see after the kata, we will see few points that will help us to connect with the mood of that particular place today. But in general, in our spiritual life, this is something we need to learn, to become more and more in tune and sensitive about the mood. Like, for example, even if one day we will go to the spiritual world and we will be able to serve Radha and Krishna there, that means we will have to be so extremely sensitive to the mood of the divine couple so that we are able to serve them in the proper way. Many things are very, very sensitive in the spiritual world. Often they don't need to use words. Just with glances, they can express what they need or what they want or what will need to be done. So this is something, as more as we progress in Krishna consciousness, as more we should be able to tune in the spiritual dimension. And we can do now in our stage in the material world very much with the devotees who are around us, with the spiritual master, also to tune in of what is his desire, what he means, what he needs, and also when we visit the Holy Dham to tune in. This is something we need in general in our spiritual life, no matter what we do. Deeply tune in and be in harmony with the mood. So we will go to the slideshow for today. Because it's a place of Rasalila, we will have the melody of Badahari singing. And we will first have some picture of Chandra Sarovar, where we will start our journey today. And then we will go to Paita. It will be written on the slide. And there, that's the lila that we will have today, connected to Paita. And you will see it sometimes a beautiful deity. This is Vallabhacharya, because Vallabhacharya had his Beta course sitting place there in Paita. So we will start now with the slideshow. Please try to be as present as possible. Watch nicely all the picture, sing along with the melody, and try to feel that you are actually present there. And try already to feel the mood of the place. Yeah. Hare Krishna. We will see now how are those two places of Chandra Sarovar and Paita connected with each other. And we hear in the Srimad Bhagavatam about the Rasa Lila pastime that took place close to Govardhan Hill. No, actually, this was taking place close to the Yamuna, and that's the Rasa Lila that takes place in the autumn season. And there in Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear how Krishna was calling all the gopis with the sound of his flute. And when the gopis left everything behind and ran to him in the middle of the forest, Krishna was teasing them, asking them, why did you come here? Did you come to observe the beauty of the forest or to pick up flowers? Or why did you come here? The gopis were surprised. They could hear their names into the sound of the flute. It was very clear that Krishna had called for them. So first they felt actually a little upset or angry at Krishna. Why is calling us and now he's doing like this? But they were actually hiding their emotions in a very cultured way. But finally, Krishna, when he saw the internal mood of the gopi, that tears were flowing their eyes and in which situation they were, Krishna decided to start the Rasa Lila dance, the autumn or Kartik Rasa Lila dance, Sharat Purnima, that take place on Sharat Purnima. But very soon after, Krishna disappeared. And there we can see how much the gopis were looking for him everywhere, and they were in very intense feelings of separation. And it's actually very important to understand why and how Krishna deals with his devotees. Because we could ask, why was he disappearing like this in the middle of the night when he actually agreed to dance with them? And we have to understand, especially relevant for us in our life as devotees, to understand that actually whatever Krishna arranged is to increase our love and attachment for him. And that's why actually Krishna was disappearing, because he wanted his love and attachment to increase in the hearts of the gopis. Sometimes the devotees or the gopis or eternal associate, they will experience love with Krishna in union. But sometimes also Krishna will put some great obstacles on the way, which will actually increase the eagerness of the devotee to be again reunited with the Lord. This is, in our stage, we do not maybe experience so often union. Separation, we are most of the time into it, but we don't, it's all right, we don't feel too bad to be separated from Krishna. But whatever Krishna arranged in the life of the devotee is for them to increase their love attachment to them. And that's what Krishna was doing with the gopis.
I just take the opportunity to add something, because yesterday actually I was also reading from a book of Shivaram Maharaj, where actually it was explaining this fact that the of separation. It was making the point for both, for the sadhakas like us that we are practicing, and for those who are perfecting. Those who are perfected, like Dorari was mentioning, is to actually increase their attachment. And for the devotees who are practicing like us, so when Krishna doesn't appear, also when we are chanting, when in our sadhana, when Krishna doesn't appear, then it helps us actually to develop a feeling of humility. And we feel, oh, I'm so far actually, and I'm not qualified. And it was actually this feeling of humility. This feeling of humility, it's actually purifying lust and all the other matters that are in our heart. So the feeling of preparation helps to develop humility, and this humility and feeling preparation helps us to become purified. But while for the perfected soul is to develop, increase their attachment.
Thank you for your addition. So then the gopis were still looking for Krishna, and they started to sing the Gopi Gita, this song we were hearing before, and Krishna became enchanted and finally returned, and then they completed or continued the Rasa Lila. But in this particular place in Chandra Sarovar, Krishna, the Rasa Lila went in a different way. And here we have one verse from Ujjvala Nilamani that explains what happened. This is like just give a sutra or one verse that explains the entire pastimes we will go through later. And maybe we could ask maybe Purnamasi if you are able to read the verse. Or the rest maybe not. Maybe Shri Hari Govinda, if you are there, if you could read the verse.
Dear Prabhu. Prior to the Rasa dance, Lord Krishna hid himself in a grove just to have fun. When the gopis came, their eyes resembling those of deer, by his sharp intelligence he exhibited his beautiful four-armed form to hide himself. But when Srimati Radharani came there, Krishna could not maintain his four arms in her presence. This is the wonderful glory of her love. Ujjvala Nilamani.
Thank you. And this pastimes is also mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and now we will hear it from Jayanti. Yeah.
Yeah, we heard about the autumn Rasalila, and now we hear about the spring Rasalila that takes place in Chandra Sarovar.
Yeah.
And so in the spring season, Rasalila happened later in a different way. Actually, there were present many more gopis. There were new gopis that they attained just perfection, so they came to the spiritual world. There were old gopis. There were perfected devotees. There were municharis, that they are the gopis, the sages of Dandakaranya. That in the previous slide they wanted to attend the association of Lord Krishna. Now they became gopi. The Vedas personified also became gopis. So there were many different gopis. And so many gopis were present that Srimati Radharani some or other felt that there was a lack of intimacy. And then this time she disappeared. But here I think it was important to make for a while thinking also, like if we see like Krishna disappear, now Radharani disappear, we can think why this is happening. We need to understand whatever Radharani does, and also the gopis does, and whoever in Vrindavan does, they do only for the pleasure of Krishna. It's not because she felt envious or she felt, okay, no, here is not, there are too many gopis. In reality, whatever is moving their action, even it can be even when she becomes angry or like here she's sleeping, because she knows that this will make Krishna even more happy. The feelings will increase more. But this time she disappears. But as she disappeared, like we saw before, the gopis were completely distracted when Krishna left. In the same way, when Radharani disappears, Krishna felt like if life was going out, like dying. And he had not any desire any longer to dance without her. So at this point, Krishna also disappeared. And he went to search for Radharani. And when the gopis saw that Krishna was no more there, Radharani was no more there, then they all stopped dancing. And they all stopped the dancing, and then they went to look for Krishna. Krishna was also searching for Radharani, and he came to Paita, the place that we saw that is actually not far, is the next town from Chandra Sarovar. So he arrived in Paita, and there Krishna decided, because he could not find Srimati Radharani, so he decided, okay, now I will stop here, I will be behind the bush, and I will wait here, and I'm sure Srimati Radharani will pass by. And the gopis, meanwhile, also started to look for Krishna. So this pastime we can also hear it in Chaitanya Charitamrita, nicely described in the 17th chapter. And the gopis were like, there were many gopis like we saw before. It was like an army, and they were looking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? In the whole forest, they were looking, where is Krishna? And then they came at some point, and Krishna could perceive that they were coming close by. So he himself was struck with emotion because the gopis were his dear beloved, and he could not hide himself. He became motionless. And the gopis came and they looked like an army, looking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Krishna, because he didn't know what to do, and also because he actually wanted to find Radharani. And so he had 2 arms more, and he became like Narayana. And the gopis that before actually they could notice because there was like a full moon, so there was full light. They could see between the bushes that there was a silhouette that looked like Krishna. So they were whispering to each other, "Oh, there is Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj." And then slowly they came closer. They came closer and they came closer, but then they noticed, "Oh, is Narayana here?" And then they told to each other, "Oh, it's not Krishna. It's the Supreme Personality of God, Narayana." But we need to understand that for the gopis, Krishna was more than God himself, the Supreme Lord. For them, he was everything. Like we know, they left everything in the middle of the night. They didn't care about whatever was said. They just gave up everything. And they were just totally fixed in the meditation of Krishna. So they were thinking of him day and night. He was their very life. And they only want to find Krishna. So when they saw Narayana, they were very respectful, their obeisances, and then they asked to Narayana, "Where is our Krishna?" And then Narayana, with 4 arms, he pointed in the same direction. And so the gopis now were confident. They thought, okay, now we got the blessings of Narayana. For sure we will be successful and we will find our Krishna. And so Krishna actually he felt very pleased because he was able to trick some or other the gopis, and he knew that now he would soon meet Radharani. And soon actually Radharani came by also. Radharani came by, and Radharani as well, like the gopis before, she could notice, she looked and she saw Krishna actually, again, just the shadow of Krishna, and she was also very happy. And then she came close also, she came close. But Krishna was very pleased about the trick he had on the gopis, and he thought, oh, let me do the same with Srimati Radharani. And so again, he became like Narayana. Radharani came, and so, oh, it's Narayana. And Radharani became very sad, and she could hardly contain her emotion. And she started to cry, She offered her obeisances full of tears in her eyes, and she could hardly whisper softly, Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha. And then she came closer. But her love, so strong, so intense, and so pure, that Krishna at this point was not able to keep his disguise any longer. So immediately these 2 extra arms, they disappeared. And there he was, Shyamasundara, sitting in the bushes. And so this temple is actually very important. It's one of the most important temples also here in Vrindavan for the Gaudiya Vaishnava, for our tradition, because devotees here they can really perceive and understand the superlative position of Srimati Radharani, how Krishna is controlled by the love that Srimati Radharani has. So Krishna in front of Srimati Radharani cannot stand like Narayana.
Thank you. So I will ask you to please close your eyes. We will review the pastimes in our meditations eyes. And after that, we will dive a little bit deeper into the mood and what is actually happening in this pastime. So please close your eyes. You can see in your mind's eyes the place we were seeing in the slideshow, but now it is full moon. You can see how Krishna and the gopis are dancing. Music is there. Amazing smell is there. You can see Srimati Radharani seeing all those innumerable gopis, thinking, there is a lack of intimacy here. Let me disappear. Try to imagine the feeling of Krishna when Radharani was gone. It was like his own life had been gone. He decided to go and look for her and also disappeared from all other gopis. See now Lord Krishna hiding in the bushes, hoping for Radharani to come. But with surprise, an army of gopis coming. And Krishna become motionless, not knowing how to react. See how the gopis observe the silhouette of Krishna in the full moon. They are so happy to have found him. As they come close with a lot of eagerness, yes, they are surprised to see that it is Narayan with 4 arms holding weapons. They offer their obeisances and prayers because they were only interested in Krishna. They ask in which direction Krishna had gone. In a very sober way, Lord Narayan pointed out one direction with his 4 arms. The gopis proceeded forward to look for their beloved Krishna. Krishna was very satisfied with himself. And suddenly he saw Radharani approaching and thought to do the same trick on her. Again, Radharani observed the silhouette of Krishna in the full moon. It was so glad and happy to see her dear beloved Shyam. But when she noticed that it was not him, it was Narayan, she became extremely sad. She fell on the ground with tears in her eyes, trying to say Om Namo Narayanaya. She stood up and came closer. At that time, Krishna's ecstasy of love could not anymore contain the 2 extra arms, which instantly disappeared in front of Srimati Radharani. So in this place, in Paita, we meditate how Krishna is captivated by the love of his pure devotees. Okay. Open your eyes, and we will go a little bit into this tuning ourselves into the mood of the Holy Dharma. When we were there in Paita, we were trying to remember the past time, meditate on the past time, and few beautiful gifts came of moods that we find in this particular place. And the first one is actually the need of intimacy. That was why Srimati Radharani left at the beginning of the Rasa Leela. There was a lack of intimacy, and she understood that without this intimacy, Krishna will not be fully satisfied. And there we have actually it's also very relevant for our life in our own relationship with Radha and Krishna, to have also some level of intimacy. And one of the points is actually the setting, the proper setting. Like if you might remember, maybe the first time you invited your boyfriend or girlfriend to come home, you might have organized some nice food and put everything in order and have candle on the table and create actually a intimate setting, which my spiritual master often speak of sacred space that we have, and especially when we do our spiritual practice, a sacred space that provide this intimate setting for our worship of the Lord. And what is also very helpful in our bhajan is that this setting is actually Sri Vrindavan Dham. Another point on intimacy is the need of being alone with the beloved. That was also a reason why Srimati Radharani left, because there were just too many persons, too many gopis around. And also in our life, the need to let aside of many other concerns that we have in our life and give exclusive attention to our beloved deities, to Radha and Krishna, and especially during our moments of spiritual practice, being alone with the Lord and letting the whole world fall apart if needed. Another perspective that is very beautiful in this point of intimacy, that very often we can develop intimate relationship with the Lord according to his deity form. Being able to see the Lord, to serve the Lord as deity or in the deity form will help us to develop more personal and intimate relationship with the deity. Like, for example, in Vrindavan, they are very, very, very personal. The villagers, when they come to see the deity, they all have their different way. They will worship the deity, they will speak to the deity, they will dress the deity with gloves and warm socks in the winter. And they have like a very, very intimate connection with this particular deity that they have. And this we can see. It's very intimate, the way they relate to the deity. And also, for example, by hearing about the deity, this also will bring the intimate part. Like, for example, now if you go to Paita and look at this deity of Chaturbuja Narayan, this four-armed deity of Narayan, which is actually no one else than Krishna, because you have heard of this lila, you would be able to connect with that deity in a very powerful way, or in a very different way, and you will know why to pray, or what we should pray to this deity, because you have heard about this deity. But without hearing, we might just go take darshan and be blank in the mind and not know what to pray and how to interact with the deity. So here there were just a few points of developing a more intimate relationship with the deity, but proper setting, being alone with the deity, leaving the world aside, and then developing a personal relationship with the deity and hearing about Krishna that will help us to go deeper and deeper into intimacy. The other point is actually the pure love of the gopis. They did not, when they saw Narayan, they could have thought of Krishna. We did not find Krishna, but at least we found Narayan. At least we can maybe dance with him. We can ask, maybe something can happen. No, they were actually totally focused on Krishna. There was actually no one else. And Krishna understood, okay, here is Narayan, he is the Supreme Lord, but our Krishna is more than the Supreme Lord. He is actually our lover. He was everything for them. He was their meditation. He was their object of love. They were thinking of him all the time. Krishna was their very life. So this is the pure love of the gopis, that a meditation we can have when we are in this place of tuning ourselves of this pure love of the gopis. And the last point is that Krishna is subdued by pure love and devotion. And this is a point we very often hear in our Krishna consciousness, which is giving us a lot of hopes and eagerness to develop this pure love of God in our heart. And there we can see in this Leela how Krishna became so moved by the love of Radharani that he just could not trick her. He just could not stay in this form of Narayan, and two harm had to disappear. And I was reading recently, I would like to share with you, in Govinda Lilamrita, there is a place where Kundalata speaks to Krishna. And she tells Krishna, give up all your other duties and return to your own occupation of being subdued by love. So Kundalata said, give up all other duty and go back to your only duty of being subdued by love. And then actually Krishna answers something very beautiful. And maybe Nikunja Biharini, if you are there, you could read what Krishna answers. Actually, you can read the entire slide. Yeah.
Kundalata told Krishna, give up all other duties and return to your own occupation, subdued by love. Krishna answered, thanks for reminding me. Didn't you call me the all-ancient Shiva? It was he who gave his dearly beloved Parvati. I should always follow. Moreover, he gave only the left half of his body to Gauri, but I will give my whole body with my cleverness, my generosity, submission to my devotee.
Thank you. Thank you. I found it very, very beautiful, and I thought it fits very much to the setting we had today. So these were the 3 points or 3 moods that we can find in that place, we can meditate upon, we can think of, and this is that there is a need of intimacy in our relationship with Radha and Krishna, but the pure love of the gopis and Krishna subdued by pure devotion. So now it is time for prayer. I would request you to close your eyes and imagine yourself to be there in this particular place. And after whatever you have heard today, whatever touched you, please offer intimate and personal prayer to your own deity, to the Lord, to whom you have the closest relationship at this time. As you are ending your prayer, please meditate shortly. What can I do to bring my relationship with Radha and Krishna to a more intimate place, to a more intimate mood? What can I do today or tomorrow, to bring my relationship to a more intimate setting? Thank you. For the end, there are two other very small pastimes taking place in Paita, and there we will give it to Vraja.
In that same place in Paita, it's also not far from Giriraj. It's let's say it's on the external parikram. That normally Sanatana Goswami would do the larger parikram. There is Chandra Sarovara and Paita is also there. So at the time when Lord Indra was sending a lot of rain and the rain was just starting, Krishna met at a meeting with his friends in Paita to understand also what to do and how to do. So they had a small istagosti with his friend. And there he revealed to them, he said, okay, I will lift Giriraj like an umbrella. And but Krishna knew that he had to tell to his friend to warn them about his infinite strength, so that they would not die from shock. They would not be shocked when they would see Krishna lifting the Giriraj. But when the boys, you can imagine, they were always playing with Krishna again. It was their life and soul. And now Krishna said, okay, I will lift Govardhan. They immediately say, Krishna, you cannot do that. You don't know what are your limits. So, but this time, no, this will not allow you to do it. You cannot do that. But the rain continued, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And then the boys, they gave an ultimatum and they said, okay, if you can bend this big branch of this tree, then we will believe that you can lift Govardhan. So without wasting a moment, Krishna immediately took the branch of this tree and he bended it in a form like a circle. And circle in the language of Vrindavan Vrajavas is called Paita. So that's why this town is called Paita, because this is the place where Krishna, before lifting Giriraj, showed to his friend that he had strength. So he was like binding this tree. And this tree, unfortunately, is not possible to see. There is a picture there when you go to visit the temple, but it's also not so clear, so we could not show it to you. But this is the place. And then Krishna, he got the blessing of his gopas, and then he said, okay, now I will go. He prepared himself to give the hild, and like Krishna liked it to be. He's an hero. He liked to disguise himself, and now here he dressed really like a wrestler with short dhoti, and then sometimes he's doing like this, like okay, I can do it, and all the gopas were there, Jai Krishna, and then Krishna entered. There was a cave where he entered under Giriraj. So that same place also where there is the cave that Krishna entered to go in the middle of Giriraj, then to lift him. So this is also Paita. So these are other two small pastimes that happens and that give a particular importance on this place. And we would like also to share when we were there both in Candra Sarovara and Paita, there are these places where Lord Krishna performs his pastimes. When we are here, we can feel they are very powerful. Just the day before we went to visit these places, I was hearing our spiritual master. He was making a short, maybe about 2 sentences, just before singing a kirtan. And he was saying the holy name, it's like a portal. So if you keep your mind with the holy name, it will bring you to a different dimension. So in the same way, those places here in Vraj, one can feel it when one goes to those places that we also felt at this time. And if we meditate on the mood of the place, if we meditate on the pastime of the place, somewhere or other, there are places that they are in between two dimensions, and then bring us to the real Vrindavan. They open themselves. It's like entering another dimension, another door. So it was again a wonderful experience to go in those places, and we wish that one day it will not just be a pilgrimage online, but that all of you come also here to Vrindavan to experience.
So we thank you very much for joining us today and to this beautiful pilgrimage. We will have a part 2 where we will stay a little bit more in Chandra Sarovar, and we will have a little bit more of Rasalila Katha and framing also the Rasalila dance. And there also in Chandra Sarovar, they are the Astachap. There are 8 very great poets from the Vallabha Sampradaya who wrote actually a lot of scriptures. And there is the Samadhi of Surdas, who was one of those Astachap, but very, very powerful and empowered soul. So we will hear about Surdas and his poems and a little bit more about the Rasalila, and some other pastimes are also taking place there in Chandra Sarovar that we will retell next time. So I don't know if some of you would like to share something or have some question or would like to share maybe a highlight from today's session, something maybe you like to take with you or something that was moving your heart. It's sometimes inspiring when others share what they kept from the session. Sometimes it can be nice to end the session like this if you feel like.
Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding about intimate atmosphere with beloved, that you really depicted the mood that it is so much needed, in all relationships. There should be not all, even if there is a big family, like between each couple of there should be separate relationships. And even in Sanskrit there is this special, not like plural, not but two, when there are two, yes, I don't know how to say dvivachana, because it is really a special relationship when there are two and they share with each other.
Thank you, Nikunja Biharini, for sharing. Actually, when we were there in Paita, we were chanting in front of the Kund. There is actually Narayan Sarovar. There is a Kund also there, and we were chanting, and we were hearing many older ladies who were in the temple, and they were singing together for the Lord. And this is sometimes also a mystery. Sometimes we might be in the darshan, in a festival with many people, but at the same time we feel alone with Krishna. Actually, Krishna reciprocates with every single person in the heart. In general, definitely it will be much easier when we are in small group or just few devotees. For us, conditioned souls, it will be much more easy to connect when we are we are in smaller amount. But even if we are in a bigger amount, one can still have actually this intimate relationship with the Lord. That was some thought I had when we were there. But in any case, with many people or alone, we have to learn to actually go into an intimate place in our relationship to the Lord.
I was also just listening this morning to Hari Parshad Prabhu, and he was explaining also like, the same thing, like in the spiritual world where there are many gopis, like here, there are many gopis, but like each gopi or gopa feel that he's like a very, he has his own Krishna. Krishna is mine. And he feels I am special for Krishna and Krishna is special for me. And he was explaining that actually even ourselves, when we will go to the spiritual world, we will feel this. And he was explaining that the reason why this is happening is because Krishna has to reciprocate. And because when one gives everything, so like we say, this intimacy and is my Krishna, Krishna is my special Krishna, and then Krishna has to reciprocate with this. And then we feel also, okay, I have just, it's only my relationship with me. So that's what is happening even when we are more of a, yeah.
No. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share something from today's session?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Sorry for not being responsive before, but I would just like to share my thought. Vajanti Devi said also last time, when you prepare these sessions, when you go to these holy places, and now you also say how you go like through the portal. And I personally, and probably all the devotees, are very grateful that while doing this as a service to all of us, I think it's a possibility for you to go through these portals, because Krishna is so satisfied. So please pray for us that we can also really, as you say, one day be there and have a small experience of this. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Hare Krishna. And that reminds me, actually, we will share more about that next session. But this time, when we went, we met a very special devotee in Candra Sarovara, who is living in a very, very small place. And we saw someone was there behind the mosquito net. And we felt, should we go? Should we try to ask? It was clear it was a person who is chanting from day and night. So we took our courage and we went, and there was a Gaudiya Vaishnava who was living there. His eyes were like shining, and you could see he's one of those who chant all day, all night, and very deep. So he immediately gave us a mat, and he was speaking with us, and he spoke even some English, so he could speak something in English to us. And after that, we were reflecting, because we met actually two different sadhus there before, but both of them, they were not speaking. They were just hardly looking at us, and you could see that we were disturbance for them. But with this Baba, he was actually open. He gave us time. He gave us, and you could see he knew that if I do this service for those two Westerners, then Radharani will be pleased. And if Radharani will be pleased, it will be all my bhajan will be successful.
Yeah, even at the end, I told him, sorry that we were disturbing your bhajan, because it was very early in the morning, it was around 6:30. I was just putting his tilang and he would start his bhajan. But he say, yeah, my bhajan, it can be like this only by the mercy of the devotees of the Vaishnava. So if I don't serve the Vaishnava, my bhajan has no power. So he say, I'm very happily and realized like.
So thank you for your comment, Punamasi. We feel also very blessed that we can offer this program, and that you are with us. We will hear more about this amazing Baba next time for the next session. Anyone else would like to add something?
Hare Krishna. I just like that the statement by Kundalata give up all other duties and return to your occupation of being subdued by love. And she just calls it's your occupation to be subdued by love. And it's so interesting to see how Krishna keeps setting an example that where else would you see God enjoy being subdued by his devotees, that he keeps doing pastimes where he let himself be defeated. And even the position of Srimati Radharani, that in front of the gopis he could maintain his Narayana form, but in front of Srimati Radharani he could no longer hold up his four-handed form. So it's very beautiful to see.
Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking in the 3 points, there was the point of intimacy, the power of the love of the gopis, and how Krishna is attracted by this particular pure love. And I thought most probably the pure love of the gopis and how Krishna is subdued by love, it's a little bit far from us, but it's actually very nice to hear from that. But on the level of intimacy, that's actually something that is a little closer from us that we can work on. But it's very beautiful to, in any case, be reminded of this quality of Krishna and this pure love of the devotees, so that it gives us impetus and desire actually to also become pure in our heart, in our service to the Lord. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. Okay, then I thank you everyone very much for joining, and we will we'll see if we do in 1 week or 2 weeks the part 2. We'll check up with Vajanti.
In 1 week, because
Actually, we could do it next week because we are almost prepared for it. So if it's all right for you, we can meet again next week for the part 2, next Saturday for part 2. We have to see also, I think Radhastami should come later. Yeah, it should be all right. Okay, we'll inform you on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for joining, and please bless us also. We need all your blessings for our service, and see you soon. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri
Thank
Radha.
you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.